Hi everyone, welcome back. Time to start working on the engine. This is going to be exciting. The engine has been degreased. You'll note it says Austin on the top and not Morris. So who knows whether or not the rocker cover, the cylinder head, or the engine itself in fact comes from some form of Austin, an A35, a Sprite, who knows. Certainly it's not the original Morris engine. And we know that because the engine number down here doesn't correspond with the heritage certificate. Oh my goodness, that's not tight at all. Good grief. I'm amazed that these nuts are not tight. I don't really understand. Okay, let's see if this gasket's going to come off. Hopefully it's not too bad. Ah, it's coming off easily. And there you have it. Okay, exhaust gasket. Interesting. See how part of the surface of the gasket is decayed here. So this is exhaust, 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 and these two are inlet. The round ones are inlet. It looks like the gasket's decayed around the inlet on both sides. It hasn't actually gone anywhere. It's sticking to the side of the cylinder head right here. Just using this soft tool to get some of it away. We'll use a razor blade scraper to get the rest of that away. Time to remove the rocker cover. Okay, let's see if the rocker cover is going to oblige and come off. Oh, the answer is yes. There we go. It's looking pretty filthy in there. Interesting how the gasket has a 1-inch piece missing there. Again, it's just a piece of plastic, so we're not risking damage to the metal surface here. On comes the heater pipe. Okay, 2 little washers on top there. 1, 2. Okay, there's the heater pipe. Just a lot of corrosion inside. Huh. Looks like some sort of rubberized washer or something. This is the bypass hose between the cylinder head and the water pump. It's a very cheap little part. It's false economy to try and keep it. I've got a new one, so I'm just going to cut it through and then get it off. Okay, now we're going to start taking the cylinder head off by loosening the nuts in sequence. This is a 2A629 head, and you can see that the intake ports are round, the exhaust ports are square, which indicates it is a small bore cylinder head. And you can see the cylinder head identification marking right there, barely visible, 2A629. So the cylinder head nuts have to be undone in a particular order, starting basically from the middle and working outwards. And there's a particular sequence in the manual right there as to how one does that. So we're going to start with that one, I guess. Just going to crack them off half a turn at a time. Number 1. Okay, so all the nuts are off. I think there's no reason why the rocker assembly shouldn't now lift up. Let's see. Okay. There we are. And there's the rocker assembly. Okay, so now the rocker pedestal is removed and the push rods are to be taken out. But before we do that, we're going to make sure that we have a piece of card so we can mark up the push rods. Important to keep in order because I guess a wear pattern emerges after time, and assuming we're not going to replace them, we're not quite sure, we'll see. So let's just take them out. Okay, we have our 8 push rods. We'll put to one side as well. And we should be able to get the head off. We've undone the, we've cut through the hose. Now it's a question of getting a mallet and giving it a look. Looks like it's going to come off anyway. Here it is. Just give a firm grip on it. Just waggling it. It's quite heavy. And there it is. The head is off. I have to say the head gasket doesn't look too bad. I can't see any breaks in the gasket between the cylinders. The waterways here are definitely plugged up with silt, so they'll need cleaning. But generally not too bad. Obviously the bores, there's a lot of carbon in there, and I felt a slight lip, so we're going to have to do something about that. Probably needs a rebore. A lot of carbon there. It's interesting how some of them are coloured differently. Dark brown, light brown, kind of medium brown, and then dark and crusty there. That's interesting. That's towards the flywheel end of the engine, and this is up towards the water pump end. Again, the water channels are pretty badly silted up, so that'll need cleaning. But at least none of the valves look as if they're burnt out. So the push rods have been kept in order, cleaned up, degreased. I've checked them for out of trueness, if that's a word, just on a piece of glass. And looking along the length of them, they seem to be okay.